Hi, this is Linda Rogers from Planning Within Reach. I received a question on Twitter recently asking, well, I heard I need a trust, but I'm not sure why. And I think that's a really good question because unless you've had someone close to you die, for example, a family member, and they've had assets, you might not understand the process after death or what probate is. So I'm going to go through that on this video. So if you were to die without estate planning documents saying how you want your assets distributed, then your estate will be distributed through a process called probate. That's a court process, meaning it is completely public. So that's why when, for example, famous people die, Aretha Franklin and Prince were a couple recent ones, the reporters are able to look at the court documents and easily see how much they had when they died and who's petitioning for a piece of inheritance. So even though you may not be famous or in the public eye, you still probably don't want neighbors or old business associates or just anyone who's curious to be able to obtain information like that. So having something different like a living trust that can avoid probate completely and give you a lot more privacy. So a trust is a separate legal entity, and while you're living, you can place certain assets into the trust. So let's say you could place your home into the trust. So that way, when you die, your asset, your home, would be distributed as you dictate in the trust. So it gives you a lot more privacy, but also control. For example, if you have minor children can't inherit money until their age of majority. In some states, that's 18 or 21. It's in guardianship up until that age, but then they're going to receive everything all at once, no strings attached. That's pretty early, right? So maybe having a trust lets you push that age up a little bit and spreads it out. So for example, you could say that you want your children to receive their inheritance a third at age 25, a third at 30, third at 35, something like that. Or maybe they can still have access before that, but for certain things such as education or healthcare or for a down payment for a home. So it just gives you a lot more control over your money and how they receive it. It also will get your beneficiaries their money faster than if they had to go through probate, because probate, again, it's a court process. It's going to depend on the state, but it can take months or years to get that distribution completed. And it will end up even being cheaper because creating a trust is about $2,000. And in many states, again, they charge a fee because it's a court process to go through probate, and they'll charge a percentage of the gross assets. So it's something to definitely consider. It's not the only way to avoid probate, and it might be too much for your situation. Maybe it's simpler and it doesn't need a trust. You really do just need to meet with a financial planner and estate planning attorney just to go through your situation, see if it makes sense. But for yes, many of my clients, having a trust really does make sense at this point in their lives, and reach out if there's any questions that I can help you with. My name is Linda Rogers, owner of Planning Within Reach.